38.
Mr. Chairman, I have an amendment at the desk.
Clerk will report the amendment by the gentleman from California.
Amendment to the amendment in the nature of a substitute to H.R. 38 offered by Mr. Swalwell of California. Page 2, line 18.
Without objection, the amendment is considered as read, and the gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes on his amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My amendment would allow states to continue to enforce their own laws prohibiting persons convicted of misdemeanor offenses of assaulting or impersonating a police officer from carrying concealed weapons. My colleagues and I have already explained the dangerousness and unconstitutionality of the underlying bill. The amendment I'm offering now highlights a specific problem with it. As I've told this committee before, being related to several police officers and having been a prior prosecutor who has prosecuted battery on police officer cases, I've seen firsthand the sacrifice it takes to be in law enforcement. Day in and day out, they put their lives on the line to keep us safe and rescue people in need. We owe them a deep debt of gratitude for their service. Unfortunately, there are too many in America who see police officers as targets and not as heroes. In fact, in 2016, 64 police officers died in firearm-related incidents. That was up 56% over 2015. Over 57,000 officers were assaulted in 2016, about 1 in 10 officers surveyed. People who assault or impersonate police officers are attacking the very heart of the rule of law. Some states have made the determination that such persons shouldn't be trusted to carry concealed weapons. Iowa, Florida, Louisiana, North Carolina, and Ohio specifically prohibit those with convictions for assaults against law enforcement from getting a concealed weapons permit, and Michigan and Pennsylvania do the same for people convicted of impersonating a police officer. My amendment is intended to make this bill slightly less dangerous to our community by allowing these states and anyone who pass such laws in the future to do what they feel is best in the way to protect their citizens, and in particular, their police officers, by allowing them to ban people who attack or impersonate cops from carrying concealed weapons. Put more simply, Mr. Chairman, we should not allow anybody who has assaulted, battered, or impersonated a police officer to carry a concealed weapon at any corner of America. Let's be clear, a vote against this amendment is a vote to allow people who attack cops to carry concealed weapons. I urge all members to keep that in mind, to support law enforcement, and vote yes on my amendment, and I yield back. This amendment simply says, you hurt a cop, you lose your right to carry a concealed weapon in every single state. And I don't understand why anyone on the other side would want any person who has hurt a cop and has been convicted of that to be able to carry a concealed weapon. These are the people who protect our communities. I've seen these cases. I've prosecuted these individuals who have punched or used weapons against police officers, who have been convicted for doing so, and I wouldn't want any of them to have a firearm at any place in this country. So I hope we can draw a line somewhere as to who is allowed to carry a firearm. And maybe today we can start by saying, you touch a cop, you get convicted for it, you lose your right to carry a firearm in another state. I yield back.